Hey there guys, this is the OmniGamer here to give you guys some hints and tips on how to get Vidmaster Endure in Halo 3 ODST. If you haven't already heard, Vidmaster Endure is you have to survive the 4th wave of the 4th set on heroic difficulty. In a sense, keep playing Firefight for hours on end until every skull is on and you don't die. Sounds like a pain in the ass, but really it's not as hard as the game makes it seem. All you need is some common sense, a good team, and a hell of a lot of headshots. So we'll go ahead and get this thing fired up, and I'll show you how I did it, and hopefully help you guys get your Vidmaster one step closer to the legendary Halo 3 Recon armor, which doesn't look that good anyway, except for the chest plate, which looks kind of badass.
Firefight.
Alright, as you can see, firing up here, we're loaded up Alpha Site. Main reason for, personally, I hate this level for Firefight, because I don't like doing the whole stay back thing. I'd rather just run in and kill a bunch of shit. And on this level, if you do that, even on, normal difficulty, you will die. Because you get caught up in this little area right here, and they're coming from all around you, and there's not much you can do to survive. However, that works in a huge advantage towards you, since there's only 2 points where enemies spawn in. Dropships drop right over here, and if you come across this little bend right here, regardless of what wave, what set, what round, whatever, that will not change. They will always only come in from 2 areas. Your teams are going to be split up into 2. As you can see, primary spawn for players is over here on, I guess you could say, the right side of the map. You're going to have 2 players over here on the right wing. And if you come back over here about 90 degrees to your left, you're going to have 2 players over here on the left wing. I played with a, make sure they're all have pretty good common sense on what they're doing and won't just run out and die. Normally that's me, but I kind of bit my tongue here and played good for once. So it was me, my buddy Legend Killer, Dead Bodies with his beacon helmet, as well as my buddy Sexy Tan Man representing Romeo. So once you have a team formulated, you're going to load up Alpha Site, as I said before, set up the teams like so, and start firing away. Shotgun spawns right there isn't really going to be that useful. Sniper rifle will be useful until tilt turns on, in which case it's good for sniping grunts or EMP brutes. The EMP burst, or I started calling it the EMP burst ever since the metal showed up, but the plasma pistol is probably one of the greatest assets to this game. As you see, let me find a big bad brute. Oh, back here. There's one. As you see, Mr. Big Bad Brute here walking around, yada yada yada. Takes a ton of bullets to take him down, especially after Tilt and Mythic are on. However, with the fabled plasma pistol, you can take him down to 1 shot with 1 hit. Pop him with the EMP, 1 headshot with a pistol or a carbine, and he is out. Keep that in mind when playing. The plasma pistol is your best friend. In this match, we actually had people fighting over who was actually doing all the EMPing and who was taking the other plasma pistol bullets. Primarily me, Modi Dennis, we'd 4 or 5 times we'd always EMP burst the same exact brute, and he'd usually win. But I got the headshot, so that's all that mattered to me. Obviously, the best weapon in your arsenal is the silenced automag, because it's badass. Don't let anybody fool you. As far as ODST is concerned, if you beat somebody with a pistol, you're not that pro because the pistol is badass. The #1 rule, yeah, see there, EMP, headshot, dead. Now you can see why that's so amazing. The absolute number one rule for this achievement is do not, under any circumstances, run out unless you absolutely have to, but even then, wait until in between waves where it's the safest. The only ways where you're really going to have a lot of trouble, more likely than not, is when drones appear, like now, in which case some either well-aimed pistol burst fire can take them out, or this is where your silenced SMG really comes in handy because it can mow drones down like nothing else. And then the other wave where you're really going to have to worry about problems is when Brute Chieftains appear. However, with the Brute Chieftain, if you have a carbine and are really good with headshots, it is possible to take him out before he even goes invulnerable. Again, the plasma pistol also comes in handy here because after he's been EMP bursted, the Brute Chieftain will stop moving for a second, allowing one or multiple people to come up and murk him. Another thing that's helpful for taking down the Chieftains, now this is not recommended for trying, getting close to a Brute Chieftain in general is just not wise. However, if you happen to have like a gravity hammer or are just very good at sneaking up behind him, even when vulnerable, whatever, Brute Chieftains will die by a single assassination. So if you see the opening and you're not going to die because of it, I say definitely go in and take it. Other than that, like if you need ammo, run out in the center when you know it's safe, especially being wary on rounds where the catch skull is active, because once that's on, grunts become one of your worst nightmares, sticking people from across the field. But just play it safe, stay back behind cover, and make sure you have at least 2 hours to dedicate to this, since although if you have a good enough team, it's not that difficult, it is very time consuming. So, there's that double EMP burst I was talking about. It might be better to, like, we didn't think about this at the time, I actually kind of thought of this right now, but if you could have, like, one person be the designated EMP, blast, plasma fire guy, and the other guy, like, popping off headshots, that might work, or it might cause confusion and arguments, I don't know. You do whatever works for you, but this is what worked for us, so, and there it is again. We got Alpha Sight, stay back, plasma pistol with standard pistol, and 2 hours later you will have Vidmaster Endure. Oh, and make sure your team is actually pretty badass too. So, I will not help anybody out with this achievement since I've done it like twice before. Well, I tried it a second time, but one of my partners wasn't all that good. Not gonna name any names though. So I know I'm still going to be helping out some of my friends with this achievement, but I'm not going to take any requests for assistance. I'll answer any questions that you need, though. Just leave a comment or let me know what's going on. And if this works for you, let me know. And enjoy Vidmaster Endure. Hope this helps out. Later.